more nuggets of knowledge. So your very first question is, what impact does it actually have on the plant? Mm-hmm. So I kind of was talking about the mechanical damage to answer the question, but sometimes it's the chemicals that the insect gives to the plant through its saliva or whatever that can elicit a response. So I mean, you're kind of focusing on trees, and the trunk damage, but there are other insects can bite the leaves or the stem, and the plant can actually make a tumor around the bite site or around an oviposition site. That's where it lays eggs in the tree. So we call that tumor like a gall. So you may see in summertime, for example, these people call them poof balls or whatever, but it's actually a gall, a tumor made by the plant that surrounds a baby wasp. So there are some insects that really have a benign impact. You're not going to kill a tree with little tiny wasps. It's these things that really get at the vascular tissue that have the most drastic effect. The trunk and the root borers. We found out sort of recently that trees can actually talk to each other as a result of being attacked, or other plants can talk to each other. It's called a tritrophic interaction. What can happen, let's say that a plant is attacked mechanically or bitten or whatever. Some of the chemicals that it has in its leaf as a plant are called green leaf volatiles. So these can be broken down and be released as a gas into the air and be taken up by a neighboring tree or neighboring plant. And the second plant can then take that gas, take that chemical cue, and use that cue itself to boost its own defense.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
So it's kind of like a warning signal when one gets attacked and starts being infested. It releases almost like a sort of a pheromone?
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a chemical cue. And yeah, this is kind of within the last 10-ish years, people have really been trying to focus on some of this. So we call it talking trees in our ecology classes. It's pretty neat.
Oh, wait. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah. And then similarly, those same volatiles may attract other insects. For example, in agricultural systems, you have these plants that are attacked by chewing things like caterpillars or whatever. And same thing, the plant's going to release this volatile, release this gas. The predators of that pest can then follow that scent plume, that chemical plume, down to its source, and then feed or prey upon that caterpillar. So, understanding that, we can then develop alternative management strategies besides just dumping poisons all over our crops and things. So, a lot of farmers are starting to put out chemical baits to mimic those volatiles and attract the natural enemies of the ordinary crop pests. So, anyway, nuggets of knowledge. There you go.